Joining us now to discuss the mining space is CEO of the Year, winner Daphne Mashile-Nkosi. She's the Executive Chairperson of Kalagadi Manganese. Always lovely to speak to you. Thank you for joining us. Let's start off by saying congratulations for one. What does this award mean to you, and what platform does it then open up for you and your business?
I think for me, the award means so many things. The first point is that it's really a recognition that we can have women participating in the mining space. That's the first point. The second point is that you can actually come into the space, the mining space, and actually change things. Because you would recall that I've been in the newspapers for the wrong reasons. Because for me, I was an entrepreneur. I looked at things differently. I actually said, I'm the new kid on the block. What is it that I can do differently? The fact of the matter is that I realized and I knew that I wanted a certain goal, and I said there are too many avenues that I can actually follow and not put myself into a box where I might not achieve what I set out to achieve.
Being in the media for the wrong reasons, do you feel that this award is almost a phoenix rising moment for you to be crowned CEO of the Year at a global gathering?
I think for me it says to me that, Daphne, you were focused, you had a vision, you have achieved that vision, and therefore you were on the right track.
Daphne, manganese, you know, it's a really industrial kind of thing. It's mined in difficult places, unpleasant conditions. Why manganese, and what was your route when you said I needed to not be put in a box? But why did you end up where you are? How did your interests lead you?
I think my interest was based on the fact that I was part of a coal company, Exxaro, when it was still Esizwe Coal. You remember Esizwe Coal was merged with Kumba to form Exxaro. And there, yes, there was coal. Yes, I was in the sector, but I could not do the things that I wanted to do in terms of, I was tired of going to every conference. Women are not in IT, women are not in mining. I go back, we lick our wounds, we go back, next workshop is funded. We talk about these things, but we never do anything. And I felt that I wanted to do it differently. Let me do it. Let me go into the space. Let me make those mistakes. Let me allow a young Nozipo in Kantane everywhere, where they can actually look up to me and say, if she can do it, we can also do it. And for me, manganese was key. Infrastructure development. And it was not infrastructure development at the time. It was more about steel. I realized that we were actually importing steel. If you look at chrome, we have chrome in South Africa. If you look at iron ore, the biggest iron ore mine is in the Northern Cape in South Africa. If you look at manganese, we represent 80% of world reserves. So there was something wrong with the model that will not allow us to actually produce steel and not end up importing steel from everywhere else at very expensive prices, because for as long as we import steel, it becomes very expensive.
You're an industry leader in the mining space. You were with Exxaro. They're now talking about getting into platinum. The platinum belt, we know, has been under the arrest of a strike at least for almost 12 weeks now. How do we break out of this? What do you think has gone wrong, and what do you think needs to be done to fix the labor situation around platinum in South Africa?
I think for me it's about how we can start having a conversation as South Africans in the best interest of the country, best interest of the economy, all the things that we are talking about in terms of jobs, job creation, for instance. Are we going about it the right way in terms of preserving the very same jobs that we are trying to save? So for me, it needs a balance and a conversation. Let's do an introspection. The mining sector, the labor, and everyone else. Let's start discussing what is it that we're talking about when we say economy. The economy is built not on the private sector only. It talks about the laborers. It talks about us as South Africans. Are we sending the right messages in terms of your foreign direct investment? Are we sending the right messages in terms of how we can actually best deal with the challenges that we have?
Daphne, it sounds like your answer to your two questions is no, we're not sending the right messages at the moment. Isn't the core problem trust? Government, labour, business.
I think it's about trust. That's why it's important to have a South African Inc. conversation to say, what is it that we are doing, where have we gone wrong, and how can we best address it? Because if we do not, we will continue to bring down our economy. I mean, every day you see the IMF saying our growth is no longer going to be 2.7%, it's going to be 2.4. So there's something wrong there. We need to be worried as South Africans that whilst on the one hand we'd want to create the jobs, on the other we're losing jobs.
You're the state president. How would you answer these questions that you're putting in?
How I would answer this question, we need awareness programs, advocacy programs. Are our people ready to actually understand that the economy, it is them that have to build the economy? If it's almost like throwing the baby with a bathtub, are we not doing that? So for me, if I was the president today, I would actually begin to look at how to bring this together, come with strategies that will deliver what we actually want to have in South Africa.
Let's take a step back from the mining. We are celebrating 20 years of democracy this year, and as we head up to election in less than a month now, that perhaps becomes even more prominent. If you were to reflect on the achievements, the failures of the last 20 years, where are we as a democracy? What have we learned, and what have we gotten wrong?
I think I cannot say there's something right or something wrong that we have done. We have achieved a lot. But I think in 1994, where we were faced with challenges. We wanted to correct the wrongs, but we had to go on the extreme. The decisions, some of the decisions that we took were wrong decisions. If we were to look at BE, for instance, Black Economic Empowerment, and for me, Black Economic Empowerment was necessary to allow people like us to go in. But of course, the monitoring and evaluation, did you achieve? We ended up having entitlement, which became an issue. We have a young population of people. Are we sending the right messages? Are we teaching them that you have to put in what you want to get out?
Daphne, we'll have to stop there. This is a conversation, another one this morning that we just want to continue, but we don't have the time. We're going to pick it up with you again soon, I'm sure. That was the CEO of the Year winner, Daphne Mashile-Nkosi. She's the Executive Chairperson of Kalagadi Manganese.